We started.
We started?
Yeah.
Alright, but let me put this without the Bluetooth. Alright. Check this out, bro. Yeah. Is we record? Alright, we good. This video right here.
Sucking blood, but if we do suck blood, you know what it is, cuz. Hey. And shit, I don't know who made that make sense, but when you call on the Illuminaries, this is why they said don't speak on the Illuminati. Not only is it Jesus' family, but it's also your family.
Yep.
See, the light that's guiding everybody is like a bad light. But when you have a good light, all you have to do is call on the Illuminaries and click the channel. It's going to talk to you about Mrs. Arnold. It's going to talk to you about your school. It's going to talk to you and tell you where you're going to be at the end of the day. See, Illuminaries can zip around the earth 7 times in 1 second.
7 times.
Then the Illuminaries, if anything is sitting on the...
Just look at her.
They are, and they can be killed.
She's like this fucker again.
That's what the cult don't understand, because they ain't never been with Christ. See, if you bring Christ to your cult, anything you kill shall die for eternity.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. That's why Christ came, and he came dead.
The best part's coming. Just watch.
You think is the Lord? Bring Christ to your motherfucking core, nigga. Bring him to your core, nigga. And I will show you, nigga. That shit'll die forever, nigga. That's how we get down, nigga. The temple of motherfucking Christ. You better trust and believe. Oh, my
Purple homie?
turban on. Pair of sayings, 300 pair of sayings. How you doing?
How you doing?
That's the way that we rock and we roll, and then that's a blessing. Because he could have killed me from there. But he said, know what? I'm going to love that brother. And he understand where I'm coming from because of the thought patterns. You're talking to a brother without a brain. That brother has a thought like a lightning bolt. A lightning bolt will burn a motherfucking Litre Vino with a golf club with iron in his goddamn hand. That's why he don't like metal. My bad.
My bad.
Bizzy Bone, this is the way the fuck that we get down without any...
Well,
Man,
if there wasn't a better way to start a pod, what are your thoughts on that, Abe?
I don't know what the fuck he just said, man. I mean, I know what he said, but
On my purple homie?
that's... I mean, I know what he's talking about, the Illuminaries and
Of
shit.
course,
Like,
but just the way his delivery and just the whole...
that shit was like a rap.
Yo, that was off the top.
Yeah, that was completely off the top.
Guys, the reason why we just seen that funny Bizzy Bone video, me and Ape were seconds before the pod started. We were watching Verzuz, 3-6 Mafia versus Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Man,
And these motherfuckers...
shit got real.
Shit got real. I think Bizzy Bone threw a water bottle at Juicy and they just fucking stopped it and...
I don't know what the fuck happened. All I saw was like a Bizzy Bone was saying something about not being disrespected. And then I saw like one group run against the other.
Yeah, they were 3-6 ran up, and then I seen Juicy throw a punch, and then that's it.
That was some serious shit.
And now we're here potting, bro.
So, anyways, but that's, I mean, this is these are like, the legends of the game, right?
For sure, we can call them legends. I respect that. 100%.
And so like, I'm just saying this. If you compare it to like some recent shit, I feel like there isn't no comparison, bro. Like in terms of like, what I'm saying, the Island Boys.
Oh man.
Like what the fuck was that?
Have we talked about that?
No, we haven't. This is why I'm bringing it up. This has to be discussed.
We sure we didn't talk about the Island Boys last
you,
pod?
that's what happens when you take meth, smoke cigarettes, and fucking, do fucking bath salts while pregnant.
I don't even think they do drugs like that.
No, I'm talking about the mother.
Oh. But whatever. I think the Island Boys.
Yeah.
I think.
You think it's fresh?
No.
It goes hard.
No, I was not gonna say any of those statements, but I will give them this, that they're just trying to milk the fuck out of that shit. And hey, man, bro, if we got viral out of nowhere and fucking people were sending us money to do shit, I'm pretty sure we'd do it.
I wouldn't do some stupid shit to make myself look bad though. Like I don't want that kind of fame on me, bro.
I mean,
fuck you up.
I wouldn't perform a fucking viral skit in front of Live, like a club.
I think they're just trying to be like, yeah, they think we're the shit.
No, I guess
they're trying to perform. They know it's a meme, but they're trying to like transform it into like a
something else, which is like, that's my exact.
I think they just got to keep making skits, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They should just be skit people, but not musicians or fucking rappers. Like, that's the whole thing. Everybody that becomes a TikTok thing is like, oh, let me just translate it to music. Excuse me. But fuck them. Fuck the Island Boys. They look cool though, bro. I seen an interview of them. They look like just they're doing it for the clout, like every other fucking people. Every other person is.
Man.
They're from Cuba, you know?
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to say that.
They're one of us, dog.
Fuck out of here. Don't say that.
That's the truth, dog. They look, I mean, overall, other than all the tats and the nonsense, they look like cool people, I guess. They don't look like pure dickheads.
I never met them, so I don't want to.
I'm assuming too, so.
Man, that's some.
Oh, my purple homie? That's the name of this episode, dog, because that's just like...
That has to be the name of an album that he drops. He has to drop an album.
What did he mean by that?
He's just saying some shit about probably like a purple...
His purple homie.
I don't know.
The luminaries could in 7 seconds or some shit.
Yeah, don't read too much into it, bro. You'll start thinking Hitler was the good guy watching documentaries on BitChute, you know?
Oh, my God, bro. Why is Bizzy Bone funny, dog?
Shit, bro.
I don't know. I thought that video was hilarious. Fucking, yeah, I've been watching Jordan Peterson videos.
What do you think about that?
He's pretty cool. I think his voice is, like, funny overall.
Oh, like the Kermit the Frog voice?
Yeah, he's kind of got that style to it.
Yeah.
But, like, it's hard to hate on Jordan Peterson.
A lot of the lefties hate on him.
But, like he's so smart, and, like, the way he, like, I guess handles every topic or like debates and stuff. It's just hard to hate on him. He's very logical.
Yeah, I mean he is. He's definitely smart. He's not
a dickhead.
He's also a legit
Isn't he a psychologist?
In psychology, like he's legit. Like if you read his papers, like he has a legit foundation, like specializing in personality.
Oh, okay. So he's not talking shit either. Like he knows what he's saying.
No. He's a very legit psychologist.
Oh, okay.
And he's done a lot of research.
He's just from Canada, right?
Yeah, that takes it away a little bit, the respect I have for him. But other than that, you know.
Damn, why?
Fuck with you.
I was about to say. Shout out to the Canadians. There could be Canadians listening, bro.
There are, actually. But we need to invade Canada to take the maple syrup. I've talked about this.
Oh, what do you mean? I've seen you tweet about that.
Yeah.
What's your fascination with...
They have all the maple syrup, and we need to take it.
Do they?
Well, not all of it, but like they
have a lot.
They export 77% of it, so that pisses me off. And I'm thinking that's clearly a threat to national security, so we got to go over there, make it quick.
Yeah.
Not too bloody, but we need the maple syrup. If they would just hand it over, this will be over quick. But they insist on having all the maple syrup, and that's going to be an issue.
Fucking, I was watching. There's no free speech in Canada.
Well, they started this thing called the Human Rights Commission now.
Is it called something B16 or C16?
That was a piece of legislation that they ended up passing that Jordan Peterson was like really against.
Fuck that. Yeah, I seen him. I seen a video. He was talking to the Senate or like whoever it was. About it. I just don't understand how people don't like everything he's saying is 100% correct, and people still manage to just like.
Part of what he understood a long time ago that people were shitting on him for, where he understood that like socialism is growing, and like Western civilization, and like the United States and Canada and shit, and that's a large part of what he thought, because he says it. This is like a far left agenda being pushed.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the first things you do is you go after speech. If you
take out free speech, that's like what an authoritarian, whatever the word is.
Authoritarian, yeah.
Authoritarian.
And so, like, if you have that situation, I mean, you're gonna.
It's a good start. That's how you could imagine, dude, just you having to gender somebody. Like under legislation is fucking crazy.
You being forced to say something.
That's the rule in Canada, right? About the whole pronouns thing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know either.
I don't know.
I just always hear Jordan Peterson complaining about it and shit.
What I do know is like he was right to call that out, and it's getting worse, obviously.
For sure.
And now we have like a Cold War going on right now.
Wait, do you? not to cut you off. Do you know about some guy named fuck? I just be watching these videos and I'll be forgetting throughout the week. Dr. Colonel West.
Cornel West?
Cornel West. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who he is, yeah.
And he's like
he's a philosopher.
And he kind of believes in socialism.
Yeah, he does.
But his whole thing...
I'm not surprised. He's a philosopher. They're full of shit.
Why do you say that?
Because philosophers are like heavily influenced by Marx.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I mean, a lot of them.
Most of them?
No, not necessarily most of them. You know, but like the issue is that it's a lot more prominent among philosophers because, well, they tend to study Marx and like they study him a lot more for the most part than they study economists in general, right? Because like, why would you? Karl Marx is a lot more like readable and interesting. It's not like reading like economic models and shit like that.
Right.
But his thing is rhetoric, and like, you know, there's a shitload of rhetoric that you hear if you read Marx. Like, not in the sense of like Socrates preaching to a bunch of people and shit, but like just in the general sense, there's a lot of shit there. There's a reason why people have been like, it's a religion almost. Well, not almost. I think it's actually is a religion in a sense. Because it's based on Hegelian thought, which is basically religious because he was into alchemy. And a lot of it was just, you know, just sort of, he was sort of trying to portray his alchemical beliefs into the way that history works. And he had like this almost like, not almost, practically, yeah, spiritual belief about like, we're going to approach the end of history. And Marx took from that and he created a, you know, history of what do you call it, of class warfare, basically.
The only thing that I seen, because I seen a clip of him. What's his name again, by the way? Cornel West. Cornel West. I seen him on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
That was the only. I seen a clip of him.
I mean, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. Overall, yeah. I'm not saying anything about it again. All I've seen was that he was talking about how certain, certain things in the U.S. grew up off socialism and socialism things. I forgot what he said exactly.
Yeah.
Something about like labor laws.
That there were socialists and fucking people. There was a labor movement that pushed for that type of shit.
I guess he was trying to say that a lot of good things came from socialism.
But
I think that was his argument, kind of.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty weak argument, though. Like, because if you think about it, I mean, first of all, the idea that like all the labor laws were just strictly fought for by socialists, like that's obviously ridiculous. Capitalism started off in a situation where life was fucking insanely brutal if you were a worker.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked. There were like there was no limit to the amount of extortion that you were under because you had to basically accept whatever, you know, somebody else who owned a business offered you. And that was the only way to survive, right? And so, like, people eventually, I mean, it just became a huge, well, it was already a huge issue, but it got worse.
Yeah.
In terms of people realizing what the fuck was going on. Marx would have called that class consciousness. Class consciousness.
Okay.
And his idea was, like, people are going to, you know, once people realize that they had this, you know, once people reach class consciousness, they're going to start to realize, you know, they're going to know who they are. They're going to unite because there's more of them than there are like the rich people that own the means of production, and then they're going to rebel. There's going to be a revolution, and somehow magically we're going to reach this utopia, even though Marx said he wasn't a utopian and that he hated utopian socialists. But that's bullshit because, you know, communism is utopian as fuck.
You know too much, man. This podcast is me just like learning about politics in the world and just asking you.
Bro, the scarier shit is the shit that's going on right now.
What exactly?
I mean, we have a Cold War with fucking China. Like 1/5 of the world's population lives there. And these fuckers...
What's going on with China?
First of all, China's been like, you know, putting out there this idea that it wants to reclaim Taiwan.
Nuclear missiles and shit like that?
They don't want that. That's dumb. That'd be dumb. Okay. They don't want it to go that far, but they do want to take it.
But wasn't there anything about in the news that China, something about missiles and shit, that they were testing them out? Was that in China?
Well, what they were doing is show, like, they released these videos and shit with these places that are like mimicking the governmental buildings of Taiwan, which they said they want to take back and make a part of China again. Right?
And Taiwan is not. Does the U.S. own it or some shit?
Is like they have its like their own. They're sovereign. They're like they have their own government. They have a democracy. They don't want to like be a fucking dictatorship.
They don't want to be no slaves. Yeah.
Right. And so you have I mean, it's brutal out there.
And China's trying to take over the whole country.
I mean, that's basically that's what's going on. They want to take it back and make it a part of China because it used to be part of China. And so, but there's an issue that with Taiwan, and it's even important to the United States and the rest of the world.
Are we allies?
With Taiwan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The United States is like, we're not going to stand by.
Right, gotcha.
So this is like an international issue, right?
And this is, how long ago did this happen?
This is happening.
Currently?
Yeah, this is the thing.
Shit.
I mean, they've been doing like these so-called test flights around there where they get like really close to their territory and they just fly like fucking military airplane,
jets and all type of shit.
That type of shit. And then also a huge issue is that we're also in a race for AI.
Oh my God.
And for chips. There's a chip shortage.
Bro, sorry to cut you off. I seen that the first robot had babies or some shit, or was able to have. Hold on, let me try to find that.
Stop fucking with me.
That the first AI was able to do something related to like fucking. Give me 1 second. I saw this shit. Hold up.
Bro, if you tell me a robot reproduced that shit.
Star. Damn, I don't know where if I can find it again. Let me see. Star. What were you saying though? What exactly with AI?
So, here's the deal. Artificial intelligence is like really important because you can use it for a lot that's related to military defense, and you can use it to control information and manipulate people.
Like that fucking new dog that.
Yeah, like that, and like drones. So one of the things China's trying to do is create like a bunch of drones together. Okay. And they fly together. They're small and they last a lot longer than like a regular U.S. military drone, but you can't have like a huge missile in it, obviously. But if you can use AI to program those things, they can just become like fucking helicopters with bazookas on them or some shit.
Might as well, yeah.
And so the thing with that is they can share information between each other, those drones. They can use artificial intelligence so they can think faster than people and better than people.
Drones, I mean, they already got drones that do that type of shit though, right?
But not like what they're doing. And this is the thing, that China is behind the U.S. in AI. People think that's not the case. That's the case. Okay, especially in terms of like chips. Yeah. Like semiconductors, they're about 10 years behind. Okay. Another huge issue here. Taiwan has the largest foundry. Foundry is like a factory where you create the best foundry. Their company, Taiwan Semiconductor, produces... they have their own foundry. They're creating this technology. It's amazing, right? It's the best in the world. The United States does not want that to be
taken by China.
Yeah, they don't.
That would be problems.
They're gonna they would be 10 years ahead, just like that.
That's it.
And they would have access to incredible access to state-of-the-art chip technology.
What do you think that China is ahead though?
In AI, no.
No?
No.
Just in technology, period?
No.
Damn, okay. I feel like the stigma is like a lot of Chinese people work hard.
Yeah, but that's
they're smarter than us, all that.
Well, they are smarter.
They fucking don't they go to school like 7 days a week or work 7 days a week, some shit like that?
I don't know, man. I mean, they got those they got all kinds of shit going on. There's a population, a Muslim minority in China. Yeah. Called the Uyghurs, right?
The Uyghurs?
Uyghurs.
The Uyghurs? Yeah. What the fuck is that?
And they're a Muslim minority in China.
A Muslim minority?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so basically what they did is they took because there were 1 or 2 terrorist attacks with like some crazy motherfucker who decided to run some people over.
Oh shit.
And the Chinese government got scared of that because it saw what happened in the capital. And it saw what's been happening in the U.S. and they're like, we can't allow that here. Right. Because we're going to lose control of this shit. Right. And we can't afford that. They got terrified. A dictatorship does not like instability because people have a larger incentive to get rid of the government.
100%.
Than a dictatorship, obviously.
Yeah.
And so what's happening now, they got those, it's 1 million of them, at least, right? And they have them in concentration camps. They call them re-education camps. They have them.
Wait,
there.
the Uyghurs?
Yeah.
They're in the concentration camps? Wait, there's concentration camps in China?
There's been concentration camps in China.
But like currently, they're still on that shit?
There's organ harvesting, there's all of that shit.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
This is how it works. This is how China is.
Jesus, bro.
Right? And it's that type of sick shit that we're facing. And they really, what they're doing is trying to get more control of shit.
Yeah.
Compete and take over the United States
really?
as the world's superpower. When I say take over, I mean take over as the world's superpower, to have more power
than the U.S.
than
itself.
the United States, economic, political, military, in every way possible.
Jesus.
And after that, well, what's to stop, the rest of the world from having to follow suit, You
think a lot of countries are willing to do something like what China's trying to do?
No, not very many. No, China's basically the one and only. The only one that comes closest is Russia, and they're not as brave as China, but they're allies with China.
Oh shit, they are?
They're allies with China. So we got China, and we have Russia.
That's
right? So that's
Russian
a big
motherfuckers
issue.
Are scary, man.
Yeah, man. The Soviet Union was not a nice place. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, I don't know, man. I used to know some Russian guy. He was tall as fuck,
Listen,
bro.
man, if you ever saw Rocky IV, that's some terrifying shit, man. I'm telling you.
Fighting the white Russian guy, yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's brutal. You know what I mean?
Dude, would you ever go to China?
I don't want to. Would I? Yeah, probably.
Like, just to travel, just for visiting sakes. I want to go to Japan.
I just don't like the idea of going to a place where...
With dictatorship?
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, but that's like saying you would never visit Cuba again.
Cuba's my home country, though. I have family members there.
Which is different, I know. But what is it like in Japan? Is it dictatorship over there?
No, it's not a dictatorship.
No wonder.
It's a democracy, but it's less direct than here.
It's super strict still, though.
Yeah, for example, the people that pick who the prime minister is going to be, which is the equivalent of the president, is the parliament, which is like the Congress or Senate, essentially, right? So you vote for them, and then they pick.
It's biased, regardless. That's what you're trying to say?
I mean, every government is like that, right? And we know direct democracy doesn't work because, well, if you've been on Twitter lately, you know it doesn't work. But if you look at history, it doesn't work. Like ancient Greece was a democracy, a direct democracy.
Okay.
And that did not work.
What's direct democracy exactly?
It means instead of voting for someone to be in office, everyone has a vote on everything directly. We all get together at the fucking town square and shit, and we just go for it.
That's how it is?
That was how it was back then. And it was a disaster.
What the hell?
It was a disaster. It was chaos.
Oh, shit.
It wasn't organized. That was the reason why, when the people that found the U.S. they wrote the Constitution the way it did, because they knew that shit wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
It didn't even work in Rome when they had a Senate, because they still had a fucking emperor.
Damn.
That motherfucker was not gonna be replaced unless they killed him, which they often did.
Sheesh. What about what's his name? You know about some guy named Richard Wolff?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
He's a Marxist, right?
He's a fucking clown is what he is. He's a fucking...
He wanted to debate Jordan Peterson.
Why does he want to debate Jordan Peterson, out of all people? You're an economist and you want to debate a psychologist. Why don't you fucking debate somebody that can rip your fucking head apart in it?
Wait, what's his term? He's a cultural Marxist?
No, his term is, he says he's a Marxian economist.
Oh yeah, I think we've spoken about this.
He's a fucking fraud is what he is. He's full of shit. I think he knows he's full of shit.
I mean, Jordan Peterson called him for his bullshit too. He said he wouldn't even, because I think Richard Wolff was like, yo, I want to debate him, this and that, did a whole video about it. And then Jordan Peterson was like, yo, dude, I'm not debating you. I don't believe in anything that you fucking believe in.
I've seen Richard Wolff in debates, and what he does is often just detract. like just distract from shit. Like
Yeah.
when he's questioned about like Soviet Russia and shit like that,
Yeah.
he's like, but look at he either distracts or switches the topic to like, what about when the U.S. did this or that, you know?
Yeah.
And then he'll also do this other goofy shit. Well, he'll say like, well, that's one form of socialism, but there's a lot of forms of socialism. And I'm like, well, why don't you talk about the one that you support and we just talk about that instead of every time I mention something about a form of socialism, you fucking turn around and say, what about this other one where I'm not talking about that.
You should debate him, shit, bro.
He's full of shit.
You sound like you'd fucking tear his
And
ass
there's
up.
so many people that have
Like that?
gotten into that fucking part of YouTube and fucking they don't know jack shit about economics, but they believe this guy.
And then get brainwashed?
They get brainwashed. Because the thing is, like, he could not be more full of shit. You know, like, there's no way that you can set prices efficiently in a fucking communist state. And the way he's framing it, like, oh no, we transform now, we got worker co-ops, which is basically like, you know, a fucking business where everyone's like the owner together, like they own the business together type shit.
Okay.
Right? And I'm like, yo, fam, good luck with that shit. If you're willing to set humanity behind,
Yeah.
like fucking decade after decade, in the hopes that somehow that doesn't destroy itself, because it will, obviously, because it relies on democracy, and there's nothing holding democracy back, because democracy isn't just your vote. You vote with dollars too.
Right.
You vote with dollars when you decide, I'm buying this shit, I'm not buying that shit. You vote with dollars when you say, I'm working here and I'm not working there. And if everybody makes a decision together, then you don't face the consequences of your own actions directly, because you're voting for everybody, not just yourself. Right? Just like you do in a presidency.
Right.
So you get rid of the individual, it becomes a collectivist society, and so therefore you don't matter as an individual anymore. The group is what matters. And we do whatever the fuck we want to you. Because it's gonna end up that way, because that's how it fucking ends up every goddamn time. He's proposing this bullshit about worker co-ops. It's bullshit.
I just don't get how that shit blows my mind, bro. Before even knowing about anything about like Marxists or communism or whatever. Well, I knew about communism a lot, but Marxism, like the whole thing that people actually study it and are into it as a like way of living, that shit, like
I see Marxism as like a fucking religion, basically. It's
in a way, right?
It's a faith, because Marx really wasn't. He was very vague, because he didn't think that the formulation of a communist society would be an issue. He thought that like once the revolution occurred, it would just happen.
This whole thing is based off a guy, right? Marxism?
Yeah, it's based on Karl Marx's philosophy.
What's so special about that guy?
Well, he's been really influential, because when he came out, first of all, the timing is everything, right?
Okay.
Timing is everything. This guy was around during the 19th century.
What years exactly?
And in the 1800s, between the early and
1800s?
Yeah, the 1800s.
Shit,
yeah.
that man was a minute ago. Why is he so influential, even though his views are so fucking...
Because his ideas
are so different?
Well, they're interesting, right? And they can be... And another thing is they're critical. And I don't mean critical like critical thinking. I mean critical in terms of like criticism, like criticizing shit. And you've heard the phrase, everyone's a critic, right?
Okay, yeah, of course.
So, like, since everyone's, it's very easy to criticize shit.
Something, period. Just looking at something, you criticize it.
And so it's a lot easier to criticize the world and bitch and moan about it.
Right.
And then just say, what if we just all got together and bitched and moaned and just fucking tore it apart, and then everything would be great because we got rid of the bad guys, and so everything that's left is good. So naturally it's going to work out because we're the good guys and we're what's left.
Yeah.
Well, that's bullshit. Clearly, it's amazing to me.
I'm still mind blown that people even like Richard Wolff is so like invested.
I think he's a grifter.
What's that mean?
I think he's someone who's just trying to cash in on that type of shit.
Cloud chasing?
And just fuck with people and get it together. Or maybe he's working with some other government or some shit. I don't know.
You think so? It'd be on that level?
I don't know. It just seems like he's clearly full of shit. you know, at least the way that he debates, it's not an honest way.
People have fascinations with evil people. Or not even
that's true. Yeah.
And not the I don't want
I've seen a million Hitler documentaries.
Period. Yeah, it's just a fascination with evilness and people that I guess slipped on that side of evil. Just they might be considered evil. Hitler's probably the best example you could.
I mean, the past century was the most like sick, fucked up.
Yeah.
In the history of humanity.
I forgot. There was I seen like a video of Jordan Peterson talking about another guy about Hitler, and I forgot what exactly I forgot what the argument was about, but whatever. It was some other guy that's apparently a fucking genius as well.
Did he talk like a fucking retard, like with a lisp and shit?
He had a blue shirt. I think he did have a lisp.
He was a chubby guy with like a beard and shit.
Did he have a beard?
It's not like...
What's his name?
It's not Slavoj Zizek.
I think so.
That guy? That guy's a philosopher.
Is he full of shit too?
He calls himself a Marxist, and then if you talk to him too much about Marxist, he'll say, really, I'm not a Marxist, I'm more of a Hegelian.
Oh,
and then he'll go back and forth, and I'm like, if you're a Hegelian, that's even worse than Marxism. Like, that's straight up, you're a fuck... What do you...
There's so many fucking categories,
You're basically
bro.
saying you're a fucking... You're a goddamn alchemist. And this is what you think is the shit. Man. And he asked Jordan Peterson... And I think, sadly, Jordan Peterson, he understands, like, the history of what's happened in communist countries, but I don't think he knows the philosophy, like, well enough to have debated with someone who's a philosopher who's been studying it.
For a long period.
Because if you study something stupid, right, you'll be really good at knowing the stupidity inside of that.
Right.
And talking about it. You know, it's like someone who read Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's like, no, actually, if you look on page 3, you'll see that Clifford was actually a lot taller than that house.
Right.
You know, and you can just tell people they're wrong when really you're just talking about, you know, them being wrong about not understanding something that sucks to begin with and is based on a lie to begin with.
Yeah.
And so, like, whether or not that person understands it doesn't make it less bullshit. It just means that they don't understand the particular type of bullshit that you seem fascinated with.
It's mind-blowing. Like I said before, we really need to get a Marxist.
This shit did not charge properly. I'm serious. Look at that. Look at that.
Are we almost down? Where are we at?
Are you fucking kidding me? What's it been, like fucking 30 minutes or some shit?
How long has it been?
I don't know, but...
Oh, it says it right there. Let me see. 30. Oh, it's 32 now.
32, but it's on fucking 6.
I mean, I think we're good though, right? It could die and it'll still be there, right? I know there's a MacBook. There's a MacBook, so I know they do that. I don't know if you...
I hope they do that. They do that. They did it last time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We'll have faith, like the Marxists have faith.
Yeah.
They have faith, right?
I mean, so we do have a little bit left of time. What should we... Till this baby dies. What do you want to talk about?
Man, I'm just...
We keep talking about Marxists.
I got Intel stocks. You know what I'm saying? I got Intel stocks.
Intel stocks?
Yeah, Intel.
What's
the semiconductor company here from the United States.
Oh, Intel.
Because I'm a fucking patriot.
Got you.
All right. Merck.
How much?
How many stocks?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say how many shares.
All right.
But it's quite a few shares. I'll put it like this. It's about 15% of my portfolio.
Damn. Okay.
Is in Intel stock. But I've always had like a concentrated portfolio, so I don't mind that. Some people are gonna hear that there and be like, "You're crazy. You have to have 500 stocks, and that's the only way." Because it's like, fuck you. You know, you can do that and make fucking 5% a year.
Yeah.
Your fucking saving account makes more money than you piece of shit. You know. Anyways, that's besides the point, man.
Let me see if I got another topic off the sleeve. Hold up.
Fisting. Let's talk about fisting.
How would you ever fist a chick? Have you ever fisted a chick?
I haven't fisted a chick. It seems like a lot.
Listen.
And it's also like shows like you gotta be like.
First of all,
you really gotta believe in her, because if she tells you like, "Baby, I'm clean," and you put it in there, and that shit, you just whip out dessert from last night.
Bruh, fisting has got to be the sickest shit to do in the bed. And not in a good way.
Listen, bro, I'm not saying I haven't stuck a few fingers and shit.
Of course. I'm not.
But that's not the issue. The issue is you're talking about like making an entire hand invisible.
Yo, like,
That's a lot.
I know girls have been like, yo, use 3 fingers, or yo, use 2 fingers, but yo.
But my dude,
when you get the girl that says, yo, put that whole thing in there.
I think it can get worse. I think there's like a whole arm type shit. Not like a whole arm, but like a forearm level. You know what I mean?
Like you got coochie sweat on your elbow?
Is it really sweat?
Whatever we want to call it.
Is that shit really sweat? Come on.
The coochie sweat, bro. Yo, having coochie sweat on your elbow is crazy. I don't know, man. I'm not that kinky. I can't fist a chick.
I'm not saying I can't fist the chick. I could definitely fist the chick.
I could, but I wouldn't.
I've also, like, I don't know. I feel like I would be, at least for a relationship, if we're like...
If your girl genuinely is like...
if we're married and it's been a few years, she's like, fist me.
Spice it up.
I thought you'd never ask. But...
I mean, if my wife is like fucking genuinely begging me,
you're gonna end up trying that shit eventually. You're gonna end up trying all kinds of shit after a few years of marriage. You know, you're gonna.
Nah, I wouldn't fist.
Go places.
I think that'd be my like. Nah,
bro,
chill
you're
there.
You're gonna end up like Charlemagne. You're gonna be fucking sucking the farts out of a girl's ass, bro.
Charlemagne is sick.
He said that shit in a podcast.
He did. He said that to J-Lo.
He said it like it was genetic too. Like oh, you know, my what is it? My uncle used to tell me, you know, one day you're gonna suck the fart out of a chick.
Bro, he said that.
And I was like, no, that's disgusting. And lo and behold, yeah.
Bro, he literally, when J-Lo went to the Breakfast Club, he dead ass just told her that, like, hey, look, I smelled the chair you're sitting on. Like, I was like, yo, Charlemagne is sick.
He's definitely.
I know he's the polarizing character in the show, but
he's
Jesus.
just trying to make it entertaining by being wild.
No, I got him.
That's what he always does.
I'm not mad at Charlemagne doing that, but
but like sometimes you gotta put some respect on people's names. You know?
Yeah, bro. Like, yo, he tried that shit with Nelly. Like I forgot what he said exactly, and Nelly just hit him with the quick subliminal that he'd fucking rock him. Like,
yeah.
You gotta be careful who you say things to,
He's
bro.
He's definitely not in an industry where it's a good idea to be playing that game,
especially with rappers.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like,
these people will fucking, who knows what they'll do, bro. But yeah, dog, my dog Charlemagne sniffing farts, bro.
You gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Bro, I don't know, man. Fisting is wild.
Fisting is wild, though. I mean, but
there's so many kinky shit out there
bro, there's too many experiments motherfuckers do.
You remember 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
How could I forget?
Golly.
That's the type of shit that doesn't go away. You say golly like you enjoyed that shit. Like, oh, I wish it would come back.
Nah,
Part 2.
Honestly, bro, I haven't even seen the whole thing.
Why wasn't it longer?
I've seen seconds, and I was like, yo, I'm not seeing this anymore. And
I saw the whole shit the first time. I was like, listen, bro, I gotta be... You never know. One day you might have to go to war or something, so you might as well toughen up, you know. So
use that as a...
Be ready, like psychologically ready to face anything, you know.
Desensitize or whatever, like, yo.
Yeah, bro, you gotta go through with it. War is some crazy shit, man.
Dude, that's another topic.
That's way. I mean, I'm sure they fist motherfuckers with a rifle over there.
Yo, I would never. Would you ever go to war?
Types? Fuck no, not voluntarily. Shit.
I remember, dude. There's been times where I remember my boy wanted to go to the army. Remember Edgar when he wanted to join?
Yeah, I used to try to talk everyone down from that.
Oh, you would?
I used to. I don't do that anymore.
I don't know if I ever talked him down, but I would be like, yo, bro, you sure?
I used to tell everyone that, like, would tell me some shit like that, be like, don't do it, bro.
Bro, watch some movies.
I would just tell them, like, bro, you have no idea what these guys go through. A lot of them when they come back and this and that.
And they get treated like shit after. Like, they don't get... I think veterans deserve a lot more than what they get.
They got a shitty... A lot of vets have been dealt a shitty hand, like, especially by institutions.
Not even, bro. I see vets fucking asking for money. That's insane, bro.
That should not be happening.
I don't care.
Like, yo, you have done a lifetime of work by going
bro, vets are the reason why we could why we're living.
You should not be like, oh, no, the housing is an issue. Like, no, bro, you fucking went to war.
Bro, every vet deserves
and your government told you to do it. If they can tell you to do that, they can fucking take care of you when you come back.
And buy a house for you and make sure you're okay and... That's one thing I'll never understand,
largest
bro.
economy in the world, and you can't fucking take care of your soldiers. Like, what the fuck?
That's a sad thing for real. If I was president, that would be one of my.
This bitch is on 1%.
Damn. Don't say that.
No, I'm not. I'm serious.
How much we at?
I'm serious at 1%.
No, not saying how much we at. How much time?
We're at 38. Yeah.
What do we do, dog?
I could charge it a little bit
For a
more.
bit and come back?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's the.
All right, gentlemen and ladies, we will be back in seconds.